Welcome back to English episode 3 of the Weekly Mix. This time, a big episode and important episode with biggest brand Glenfiddich. As you see, every episode I'm trying to give you something new, even if it's the same brand, even if the same name. This time, the episode content it's talking about the Glenfiddich in generally, and it will take the new Perpetual collection. There is a 4 cases for a new Perpetual collection. Today I have 2 of them, so we will test them. We will know the flavors of them. We will make it the weekly mix, and after that we will taste the food pairing live. This is what the season 3 talking about. Like I said to you, this is important episode. It came for the level 3 of the weekly mix. There we will focus on the food pairing. Anyway, we will continue with the content. I will give you something generally about William Grant & Son as a company, this big and famous company in whiskey business. Then I will take William Grant history, which I didn't take it in last episodes. So this is important history today, and after that we will take the Whisky Fair 2023. As you see here, here's the program. Here is the distillery glasses there from the Whisky Fair 2023, the Glenfiddich distillery glass, and those gifts from there. So everything in that episode, I am very excited that it happened today. After that, we will take some important question, and was the logo of the Whisky Fair, and we will discuss something about why the whiskey just for men, not for women, and the logo was let's open up with whiskey. So why not? And after we will take the new Perpetual collection in all of cases, which is 4, with flavors, with food pairing. There is no sources for the food pairing, but because I have been there, I have tasted all of them. I have some idea what the content of them. I can recommend you the taste of the food pairing with them, not just for them, for the whole collection, and not just for that. Thereafter we will take them in the weekly mix today to discover the content, to discover the flavors in weekly mix, and after that we will give you the food pairing live. That's what we focus on season 3 here and today. So we begin this important episode. First we will talk about something generally. Glenfiddich is the Valley of the Deer. This logo of the Glenfiddich and the distillery lies on union of River Fiddich and Spey, like I said in last episode. These 2 reasons give Glenfiddich the name and got the logo from these 2 reasons. So when I called it in Arabic the Deer's whiskey, was not fault towards these sources. It's not me, the sources they say it. And even back of the cases you find the text about the Valley of the Deers. So the Deer's whiskey As you know, the Glenfiddich is owned by William Grant and Sons, which is the most and biggest famous company in whiskey business. The company still remained family owned in all its entire history until nowadays. Today, William Grant and Sons own more than 20 distilleries, inclusive famous distilleries like the Belvini, the Girvan distillery, which we talked about the last English episode, which give us Grants, the blended whiskey. Not just the Girvan, there is Alicia Bay, there is Tullamore DEW. Even the Irish whiskey is belonged to William Grant and Son, and therefore is a big and famous company in whiskey business. Now we take the history of William Grant, finally. William Grant, born in Dufftown, Speyside, in 1839. He worked first as a shoemaker, but he received a good education as well. In 1866, became a bookkeeper at the local distillery, which called Mortlach or Mortlach. Anyway, he stayed there until 20 years hard work there, and thereafter he became the manager of the distillery. Through these years, William Grant had a wife and 9 children, but he saved money in those years to set himself upon as a distiller. In 1886, he purchased land, material, machines, and built the most important and the biggest distillery. Is the Glenfiddich distillery with his 9 children had. That was in 1886. On Christmas Day 1887 began his distillery operation, pioneering single malt Scotch whiskey until Glenfiddich only blended brands were common. Glenfiddich whiskey from William Grant and Sons proved successful. In 1892, he built the second distillery in Dufftown, which was the Belvini. So just after 5 years, from the Glenfiddich became famous, so he built his other distillery, the Belvini. In 1914, Glenfiddich established a network in 30 countries and today in 180 countries. And in 1923, his 2 sons take over because William Grant died in this year. So, which were 2 sons? 2 sons' name: Charles and Sandy. That we talked about in English episode 1 and English episode 2. They take the responsibility anyway in 20 years, Sandy Grant and Charles. And after this time, they decided, after 20 years, they decided to divide the job. So Charlie moved and take over the Girvan distillery, grain distillery, and started to develop the grants. You can follow last episode 2 in English, and Weekly Mix English episode 2, if you are interested in Charles' history. And for Sandy, he wanted to explore if it was possible to sell Glenfiddich again directly from vat to bottle. See English episode 1 to follow Sandy history. So that's what I can talk about William Grant history, something a little bit fast because we have so much content in this episode. So now we're moving to most important things maybe not important for you, but it's something new and important in this episode is the Whisky Fair 2023. Whisky Fair was a dream day for me. It was on a ferry cruise here in Stockholm, Sweden. Before we get in MS Cinderella ferry, we get our distillery glasses. This is one of them. Whisky Fair 2023, as you see, from the harbor with taste coupons. They give you some coupons to make the taste in the Whisky Fair. That's inclusive your ticket. And when we were in, there were many exhibitors. We talked with many people. They were from the whiskey world, both in Swedish and English. There were even exhibitors world around. Therefore, we had even bourbon whiskey exhibitors, so not just the Scotch. Anyway, I talked about the weekly mix, and many people showed interest in it. And first we met the Swedish Whiskey Union, and people from there. There was some woman to talk to with us, and they have the logo "Let's Open Up with Whiskey." So what's "Let's Open Up with Whiskey" about? It's first we talked to this woman because in fact we wanted to taste some whiskey. They said she have a free without coupons, some whiskeys. I took the blue label because I tasted before the Glenfiddich what she had. Anyway, so we don't talk about blue label Johnny Walkers now. We're talking about the Glenfiddich. Anyway, when we talked with her, I told her about the weekly mix, and she said to me, that's one of my sources. The writer of this book, he is a college for her. And I was so happy, and I explained to make that book alive like he did it. The name of him is Ingvar. Anyway, in fact, we talked and she listened to us about the weekly mix, but we felt like she have something to say. And she took that about let's open up with whiskey, like she is a woman, she have a job in whiskey brand in many years, and until now she didn't get the same respect that if was a man in her position. So there is some different. Even we're here in Europe, and we can't imagine that, but I want to take that out and put it out. Why we make a difference between the gender? It's a work, like human, you work, there is a woman to work. You must respect each other. Anyway, suddenly she talked about the logo and why she spread the logo about let's open up with whiskey, because there is so many men, they think the whiskey is just for men, not for women, and I've been insane in that idea. Why? And this is important thing to discuss between the whiskey world, and it shouldn't be some difference between men and women. It's a taste. Why you take it just for the men? Anyway, she talked about something happened in the same day in Whisky Fair, that she gave some men the free test, like I said, some glasses, and they gave her their back, and they said to her, you shouldn't be here. So that's injured me anyway, because I think that it's a taste. It's about the taste. What have the taste of the whiskey to do with the gender? Okay, is the whiskey just for the men because it's heavy? No, I am a man, and I am not like the heavy taste of the whiskey. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. And I drink it. I enjoyed it with the soda, with the ice and soda, and even you find it this mix in Glenfiddich website. Why they write it about the highball? Okay, the highball something different. You make something syrup or something. I don't know. Maybe the juice, orange juice or something like that. But when we want to taste these flavors and put it in those glass and make it easier, and you go to the sources and you read there, and they say to you that the water or the soda is the best, the soda because the gas is taking up the flavors. This is not fault. This is not fault. And okay, you are free to drink the whiskey straight ahead. I don't say to you, why do you drink the whiskey straight ahead? I don't say that fault. Okay, you enjoy it. Okay, that's your business, not my business. Someone is blending that with Coca-Cola or something Fanta or something with sugar. I don't like it, but I don't go to this people and say to them, no, you have fault because you have blended it with Coca-Cola, with Fanta or something else, or with water. But what I want to say here, the whiskey is a drink that you are free to drink. If you are man, if you are women, if you are something other, if you're blending, if you drink it, that's what's interesting in whiskey, not in other drinks. Other drinks, it's still the same flavors, it's still the same things. Maybe I don't know about the other drinks. I didn't test it, but it's separate, you know. That's the difference. So something made me sad in this day when she talked about that thing, and every man should think before they say something that injures women in the brand or in the business. We must respect them like they respect us. And I remember the Glenfiddich ambassador says to me directly, see that that table they selling and take it coupon. Which of them, most of them, they selling or take coupons from the people? Yes, the women. The future is for the woman, not for us men. You have to accept that. You must be a free man. You must open your mind. Okay, I am not trying to be advisor, but in this episode I wanted to take it, and I respect everyone, woman or man, that give us their time, their job, and maybe they have their whole life there. This woman, she had been 20 years in the brand, and you say to her, no, you shouldn't be here. Yes, think again before you say that. Okay, now we're moving to the next and most exciting thing. It is the Perpetual collection. Now we will talk about it. The Perpetual collection with the sauce and the flavors. The Perpetual collection, the new collection which came in 2022, in fact. When I came, we will continue. We will take the Perpetual collection from the Whisky Fair there. When I came to my idol exhibitor Glenfiddich, I met so kindly people, not at least the Glenfiddich ambassador by himself. Like I mentioned, I will don't tell his name, maybe you don't want it. Anyway, I explained about the weekly mix and showed him what it's about. And the next day we had a master class with the same man, and there he presented the Perpetual collection with some history, and we tasted them with food pairing live. So the Glenfiddich exhibitors in the same day, I talked in the first day, the Glenfiddich exhibitor was the biggest in the whole entire fair. All bottles I talked about, they are live in front of my eyes. So all the bottles, I take them and I mix them, so I see them there, and people taste them. Glass after glass after glass, and enjoying them, and it was a happiness for me to see the happiness of the people and everyone. I could talk in people's there. It was so social, and when I mentioned weekly mix, the most of people, they take it positively, and they ask it more. So it was a very happy time for me to be there. And from this episode, I give my regards to the Glenfiddich ambassador. Your words have been in my mind, and I am so happy to take them here in this episode, and I mention you so because you give your time to people. Like you said, the most important things that you give your time to the people, you like them, and the whiskey, it's something that you discuss, and it's about to take the time to listen to each other. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he don't enjoy the weekly mix, maybe he take it like a strike, but the man, he was respectfully and show respect for me and what I'm talking about, and he was interested what I said and what I showed. That's really big for me. So best regard, ambassador here from. Hope I see you on the next Whisky Fair. Anyway, we continue. The most I tested it was from IPA experiment, because in next day in master class we had the Perpetual collection, and therefore I thought that I test here the IPA experiment source, and I liked them, and I took two of them. I will take it in the next episode, in Swedish episode. As you know, I give every episode something new, so even if I take it in Swedish, I will take it in something new source. After that, the next day was the presentation of the Perpetual, like I said, of our ambassador, and here it comes, the Perpetual collection. Okay, after we talked a little bit in history about William Grant and his life, then the presentation of the Perpetual collection come from the ambassador itself. Why it's called Perpetual collection? Because the barrel rolls on all the time, and therefore it calls the Perpetual collection. What are the cases or the bottles of this Perpetual collection, and what is the source of them, and what is the flavors of them? So that one, it's from sherry, bourbon, and wine. In the last year, like we said in other episode, they're in last year's in a sherry vat, a bourbon vat, and wine vat. That's the blending of the vat one. What is the flavors? The flavors, it's something summer blossom notes, little creamy, vanilla, toffee, and oak. Little touch of the citrus. You know, that's the Glenfiddich thing. They must put some citrus, not in every bottles, but that's it's mentioned. Some of the bottles, maybe the cask collection, when we talked about it, there is many citrus there. Anyway, some sweetness there because of the bourbon, and some spices, black pepper in it. So it was, when I tasted it, was very light and lovely to taste with it. Today I will take the whole series first, and then we will take the food pairing. Okay, we continue. VAT 2. VAT 2 is it's taken from Spanish sherry. So the last year was in Spanish sherry, and it contains nuts, cinnamon, walnut, oak, leather, something new in Glenfiddich, and the dried food. So it's this level is higher than this level. If you think nuts, cinnamon, walnut, oak, leather, and dried fruit, the difference was the leather and the dry fruit, and the taste is deep. What that means is give you deep oak, and I like it VAT 2 more than VAT 1 when I tasted. VAT 3. VAT 3 it's 15 years, and the last years was in sherry, bourbon, and new oak. The taste is floral and softener, and the flavors is spices, nuts, marzipan, sherried, dark oak. I was a little bit disappointed about the 15 years because the bourbon was much than the other. the taste was sweeter, what I tasted. I don't know what the other says, but the 15 years, it was more sweeter than the other 15 years. So that's what I thought about it. The Vat 4 is 18 years, and the last years it was in their famous Oloroso, Sherry, and Bourbon. This was wow whiskey. That was the best. The flavors: aroma, oak, orchard fruit, and baked apple. So you can imagine. The taste was fully of deep oak, and there's some cinnamon there in the last. But yes, Vat 4 is better than Vat 3. What I can say from my taste. So we're moving to food pairing. So the food pairing. From the flavors, they say they have a little creamy, vanilla, toffee, and oak, and a little bit touch of citrus. So it's suitable with our Arabic mesa, what it's called snacks, the chips, the olives, and what they take here, the hummus maybe. In our mesa. Our mesa is a nice collection of little of everything. Okay. After the masa is suitable, I think is suitable with cheese and crackers, and Italian sandwich. Why I think is suitable? Because it's have a vanilla and toffee, and therefore is suitable for Italian sandwich. Salted caramel chocolate. I tested. It was more suitable with Vat 3, but it was very nice with Vat 1 because there is something to it. But the oak here, it was more than 15 years. Anyway, and last thing I think is suitable with is Asian food. Why? Because the Asian food like the citrus. The Asian food like the summer blossom nuts because it's something light, like we say in other episodes. Okay, we're moving to Vat 2. Vat 2, I will test it live with corned beef. I think it's suitable with something raw beef and some maybe a hamburger, maybe some sausage also. Anyway, I think it will be suitable with the nuts because it's including by itself nuts and walnut and oak, and salmon. Why salmon fish? Because it's have leather, so maybe it's a little bit smoky. Anyway, we're moving to Vat 3, 15 years. Vat 3, think a little bit 15 years, but with bourbon. So there is maybe sweet snacks like caramel popcorn. Maybe it's suitable with the barbecue because of the bourbon, barbecue meat, and is suitable for the fruit cake. Why? Because it's have some marzipan, and marzipan it's suitable with the fruit cake. It have some spices, and therefore I wanted to take it with the barbecue. And maybe it's suitable with the milk chocolate. Yes, I remember that was very good with the white chocolate. we get some white chocolate there, we get some salted caramel, and we get milk chocolate. So the milk was the best, but the white, it was very nice with it. And with the glazed chicken. Vat 4, the last one. It's suitable with the steak and hard red meat. And apple pie, because it contained by itself baked apple. And there is maybe, and it's suitable, I think it's suitable with the mesa, or by itself you just drink it, because it have a deep oak taste. That's all I have for Perpetual collection with food pairing. Now we put them in the weekly mix and we taste them with food pairing live. So we will see what I have today. Yes, now we start our weekly mix. I take it out Vat 2, and now we take out Vat 1. So that's it. That's Vat 1 Perpetual collection, and this is Vat 2 Perpetual collection. Yes, this is like a dream. And this is the logo, as you see. Anyway, we continue to our weekly mix. Yes, this time in those distillery glass, this is the Glenfiddich. This is the distillery Glenfiddich also, so we make the mix in it. Yes, and ice, we like I said, we take 2 small one in this distillery glass, so that we don't lose the flavors. So that's it. We don't need the big, and the glass is also small. And we open them. So it's very nice to open this Perpetual collection. So, like I said, it's easy to open the Glenfiddich, not complicated like some brands, and usually they have the filling. So yes. So we open the other. I will tell you about the news. That's the best smell of Glenfiddich I smelled until now. You see, there is the deer logo even up there. Yes. So we open it. So listen. No. Yes, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. The Scotch brand. Smell about it. Straight oak. Yes, that's it. Yes. We put Vat 1 there, as we put them. So how much we put at Vat 1? Vat 1 we put in this glass, like we said before. It's 5 usually in Glenfiddich, but remember, Vat 1 have wine. So and it's something lightly, but they have oak. They have a little creamy, so the level is higher, and vanilla, toffee, and summer blossom notes. So I suggest if we take 5 in the big cubic glass, so here we will take it 3.5. So that's it, 3.5. So what about Vat 2? Vat 2, it will be, because it's deeper and it's just Spanish sherry, and it's with notes, cinnamon, walnuts, oak, leather, and the dried fruit, so it's much deeper than VAT one. So I recommend we taste it with 2.5. So that's 2.5. So back to your place. So even the color is deeper and more darker, you see it. So, and so 3.5 with VAT 1, 2.5 centiliter with VAT 2. Okay, this is the bubble water without the flavors. Like we said, the Glenfiddich without bubble water, without the flavors, because they have many flavors. So until the top, stop, until the top, stop. So like I remember you in every episode, VAT 1, it's stored in sherry, bourbon and wine. And the flavors: summer blossom notes, little creamy, vanilla, toffee and oak, and a little touch of spruce. Cheers. The summer blossom is very clear, the summer blossom notes, and the vanilla also. The touch of the citrus, it's mentioned, but the oak is lighter because the toffee is higher. And when you have something sweet, and it will give you a lighter taste more than the oak. So the oak is not visible like the toffee because of the bourbon. And there is a wine. The wine, it will give you a little bit clearly vanilla taste. This is what do I mention the flavors. First is stored in Spanish sherry, so it's with nuts, cinnamon, walnut, oak, leather and dried fruit. Cheers. What to Perpetual collection. This is what I'm talking about. Clearly oak, leather. So it's if you remember the Islay whiskies, here is a leather, but a very little taste of it. It's not visible like the other, so it's not smoked, but there is some little touch of the leather. But the oak is clearly, the walnut is clearly, the cinnamon is clearly. Dried fruit, yes, it's more heavy, and the nuts is lighter. That's the taste of it, yes. That's our weekly mix today from the Perpetual collection, Glenfiddich. Now we're moving to food pairing life. Yes, now we take the last thing of this big and important episode of the Perpetual collection. Now we make a food pairing of some foods here. What I thought I will mention to you what we said at the food pairing. What one is with our mesa dishes, and I made some mesa dishes. So here it comes live, and like I said, what two I want to taste it with the corned beef, and here is some sweets. Here's some sweets. So there is salt caramel, yes, and milk chocolate, and something different with chocolate white and cocos and the marshmallow. And last thing is crackers. There is some small cheese there. So now we will taste everything and we see what is suitable. So we begin with what one. So I said that is suitable with the masa, cheese and the crackers, Italian sandwich and salted caramel. So I will put it there, and some Asian foods. So we will taste it. What we begin with? Yes, we begin our traditional masa. So there is some hummus. Yes, it's nice with it. I think even it's nice with the cucumber. So if you take some bit of the hummus with the cucumber, yes, our hummus is the best with what. So we will taste it's okay, but the hummus is best, and some crackers and cheese. It's best with the cheese, not the crackers and the chips. This is just the potato chips. Okay, it's not best. Yes, what about the salted caramel? We taste the salted caramel. Yes. Yes, it's nice. It's nice, I recommend it. So, the best in the test was the hummus, the cucumber, the cheese, and the salted caramel. That's my opinion. Now we move to what two. I want to mention to you what we said in food pairing is with corned beef, with hamburger, with marshmallow, and with some nuts, or with salmon and sausage. So we tasted with the corned beef. That's it. Cheers. Yes, it's very suitable. And now what we have here? What we have here, we can taste the marshmallow. Yes, that's it. Wow, this is very suitable with it. The marshmallow is very suitable with what too. So it's suitable with marshmallow. Yes. Now we taste the milk chocolate. This milk chocolate. So. It's very suitable with it. Yes. And now I want to taste something else. Here I have white chocolate with cocos. Now I'll taste it with that one. but one more suitable because of the toffee and the bourbon, so it's more with that. But if we take the chocolate of the cocos, not the white chocolate, yes, it's more suitable with it because it's darker. Now we taste the last thing, that is called the Swedish chocolate ball. Not with water. Yes, with what one. So the result is, if you have something sweet, so you take it with that one. If you have dark or milk chocolate, dark or milk chocolate is very suitable with it. And the corned beef, it was the best in the test with it. I didn't test the cheese. No, it's that one. So the that two is more suitable for some meat like hamburger. Like I said, I mentioned that one, mesa, cheese, crackers, Italian sandwich, salted caramel like we tested, and Asian food. But corned beef, hamburger, marshmallow was excellent with it. Nuts, I didn't test the nuts. Maybe it's suitable with it because of the walnuts in it, and it's have a darker oak. And the salmon because the leather and sausage. That's all I have for this big episode of Glenfiddich Perpetual collection with food pairing live. So subscribe in my YouTube channel, and it will come more English episode, and we'll test there some sorts in weekly mix. So see you next time in English episode 4. I don't know what it will be, but sure it will be something new with everything. See you next time. Subscribe at this channel link, and see you there. Have the best day. Best regards, Abu Sawata. Have the best day.